You know what almost no one tells you, gentlemen? The very way you touch yourself, the habit you've repeated for years, might be quietly training your body out of erections. I know that sounds strange, maybe even a little uncomfortable. But think about it for a moment. You were never taught how to do this. You just figured it out. And over the decades, your body learned exactly what you taught it. The problem is, some of those lessons are now working against you, dulling sensitivity, weakening blood flow, and slowly disconnecting your mind from your body. You see, for most men over 60, the issue isn't just age, it's repetition. It's the silent routines you've built behind closed doors that quietly reshape how your body responds. That's why, even if your heart still wants it, your body sometimes doesn't follow. And that can be one of the hardest things for a man to admit, that what once came effortlessly now feels uncertain. But here's the hopeful truth. You can retrain your body. You can reverse those habits, restore sensitivity, and feel like yourself again, naturally. I'm Dr. John E. Morley, a men's health specialist with more than 30 years of experience helping men over 60 restore their vitality, confidence, and pleasure, without pills, pumps, or risky procedures. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 4 private habits that silently weaken erections and numb sensation. And more importantly, show you how to fix them. Because once you correct these mistakes, you'll notice firmer erections, sharper sensitivity, and a stronger connection to your body than you've felt in years. And stay with me until the end, because the last mistake is the one almost every man gets wrong, and it might be the missing key to getting back the confidence you thought was gone forever. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another honest science-based health insight made just for men over 60. And if this message already hits home, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback helps me make these videos even more helpful for you. Alright, let's get straight to it. Starting with mistake number 1, the most common and overlooked habit that quietly drains your strength and sensitivity over time. It's something almost every man does without realizing how much damage it causes. Let's talk about rushing, and why slowing down might be the first step toward getting your natural power back. Mistake 1, rushing through it. Let's start with the simplest mistake, the one most men don't even realize they're making: rushing. You see, when you were in your 20s, rushing didn't matter. Your testosterone was high, your blood vessels were flexible, your nerves were razor sharp. You could go fast, finish quick, and still bounce back without a second thought. But after 60, everything changes. Your blood vessels stiffen slightly, your pelvic nerves become less sensitive, and oxygen delivery to the erectile tissue isn't as strong as it used to be. So when you rush now, when you grip hard, move fast, and force climax, your body never gets the time it needs to fully fill with blood. That means less oxygen, weaker tissue, and softer erections. Think of it like trying to inflate a balloon with short, shallow breaths. It might expand a little, but never fully. That's exactly what happens inside your body when you hurry through stimulation. Biologically, the result is simple. Your erectile tissue stays underfilled, oxygen-starved, and over time, it loses tone. That means erections fade faster, and climax feels dull, almost mechanical. Emotionally, the frustration builds. You feel disconnected from your body, from the moment, from the pleasure you used to enjoy so naturally. You start to wonder, what happened to me? But the fix is beautifully simple. Slow down. Relearn what it feels like to be present. Take deep, steady breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. That single act boosts nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and increases blood flow to the penis. Let arousal build gradually, like a slow flame instead of a spark. Pay attention to touch, rhythm, warmth, the details that used to come alive when you were younger but got lost in the rush. And here's the best part. When you slow down, not only do your erections grow stronger, they last longer. Climax feels richer, deeper, more satisfying. You're not chasing release anymore. You're cultivating connection. Every slow session becomes a workout for your circulation and your confidence. Because when you stop rushing your body stops rushing you. Now, once you slow down, there's something else to fix. A second mistake that often sneaks in right after this one. It's the overcompensation most men make when they stop feeling enough. Mistake 2. The death grip, the numbness trap. Now, let's talk about the second mistake, one that's far more damaging than most men realize, the death grip. You probably know exactly what I mean. Over time, as sensitivity starts to fade, most men instinctively tighten their grip. They press harder, move faster, trying to feel something, anything, and in the moment, it works. You get more friction, more intensity, and maybe a quicker release. But here's what's happening underneath that temporary fix. That tight pressure literally compresses the very blood vessels and nerves that give you pleasure. Each time you do it, you're restricting circulation, starving the tissue of oxygen, and dulling the nerve endings even more. Biologically, your body starts to adapt to that unnatural stimulation. It becomes trained to respond only to extreme pressure that no partner's body can ever recreate. That's why so many men can finish alone but struggle with a real person. They've accidentally trained themselves for isolation. Over time, this death grip leads to desensitization, weaker signals from the brain, reduced blood flow, and a gradual loss of natural pleasure. You might still get an erection, but it feels different, less alive, more like effort than instinct. Here's the good news: nerves can recover. Your sensitivity isn't gone, it's simply been numbed, and you can bring it back. Here's how. Start by loosening your touch. Use lighter pressure, even if it feels strange or less intense at first. That's not weakness, that's rehab. You're retraining your nerves to respond to normal, healthy stimulation again. Use a bit of lubricant to reduce friction and protect your skin. Vary your rhythm and motion instead of repeating the same fast, tight pattern. You can even alternate between your hands, or use your fingertips to gently explore rather than grip. Think of this as physical therapy for your pleasure system. At first, it might feel dull, but stay consistent. Within weeks, the sensations will begin to return. Erections will come easier. Pleasure will feel deeper. And emotionally, something else happens too. Your confidence grows. You start feeling like yourself again. Now that you've reduced the physical tension, it's time to address the mental tension. Because for many men, the next habit is what rewires their brain away from real intimacy entirely. Mistake 3. Overuse of adult content, the brain rewire. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest culprits behind modern erectile dysfunction, and the one almost no one wants to admit: overuse of adult content. You might think it's harmless, a quick escape, a stress reliever, a bit of fun. But here's the problem. Your brain was never designed to handle the kind of stimulation the internet delivers. Every click, every scene, every new face floods your system with dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. At first, it feels great, but over time, your brain starts needing more. More novelty, more intensity, more extremes, just to feel the same spark it once got from simple touch or real connection. Biologically, this rewires your reward system. Your brain begins associating arousal not with touch, scent, or emotion, but with pixels and motion on a screen. The real world starts to feel quiet. Too slow. Not enough. And that's when the spiral begins. You might still function alone, but when you're with a partner, or even trying to feel aroused without the screen, nothing clicks. Erections fade, sensitivity dulls, and your body feels disconnected from the moment. Emotionally, this creates guilt, frustration, and self-doubt. You start wondering, what's wrong with me? But it's not you. It's your wiring. The fix? Detox your brain. Start by stepping away from the screen. You don't have to quit cold turkey, but replace it with real-world cues. Use your imagination. Replay a memory of intimacy, or picture a connection that feels genuine and human. Breathe, slow down, and let your body respond naturally again. At first, it may feel awkward. You might not react as strongly. That's normal. Your brain is recalibrating. It's learning to respond to you, not to artificial intensity. And within a few weeks, you'll notice something beautiful. Your arousal feels more natural. Your erections grow firmer, and your pleasure feels grounded, not forced. You'll rediscover what real intimacy feels like. The warmth, the anticipation, the connection that screens can never give you. Now, there's one final mistake left, and it's the sneakiest of all. It's a technique many men think makes them stronger, when in reality, it silently drains their energy and weakens their performance over time. Mistake 4. Overdoing edging. The exhaustion cycle. Let's finish with one that's trickier to spot, because at first, it actually feels healthy. It's called edging, holding yourself near climax, then backing off to delay release. When done right, edging can be a powerful way to build stamina, control, and intensity. But when it's overdone, when you push too close to the edge, again and again for long periods, it quietly sabotages the very systems that make erections strong. Here's what happens biologically. Each time you bring yourself to the brink, your body triggers a full arousal response. Increased blood flow, heightened nerve firing, a flood of testosterone and dopamine. But when you suddenly stop and repeat that cycle over and over, your nervous system becomes confused. Your pelvic floor muscles tighten, your nerves fatigue, and your blood flow gets disrupted. The result? Your system doesn't know whether to go forward or pull back. Your muscles get exhausted, oxygen delivery drops, and eventually you either struggle to finish or you finish too quickly. Erections weaken, sensitivity dulls, and the whole experience starts to feel mechanical, not passionate. Emotionally, it's frustrating. You're trying to get stronger, but instead, you're draining your system, like revving an engine at high RPM for too long without ever shifting gears. So what's the fix? Balanced edging. Use it as a tool, not a test. Stay in control. Don't push yourself right to the brink. Instead, pull back earlier while you still have command over your body. Limit your sessions to 15 or 20 minutes maximum, and always allow a natural, satisfying release at the end so your body completes its cycle. When you practice edging this way, your system learns consistency instead of confusion. Your muscles strengthen without burning out. Your erections stay firm, and your pleasure feels deeper, more fulfilling, more connected. The goal isn't to chase intensity, it's to cultivate rhythm, to build awareness of your body again. And when you find that balance, everything else improves: your performance, your confidence, and your peace of mind. Now that you understand these 4 habits, rushing, gripping too tight, overstimulating your brain, and exhausting your body, it's time to shift how you see yourself. Because this isn't just about fixing a problem, it's about remembering what it means to feel fully alive again. Take a breath for a moment, because what we've just talked about isn't really about habits, it's about hope. Every man who struggled with weaker erections, dull sensation, or performance anxiety has felt the same quiet thought. Maybe it's too late. But here's what I want you to remember. It's not too late. You are not broken. Your body hasn't forgotten how to respond. It simply learned a few wrong lessons, and you now have the power to teach it the right ones. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s rediscover what they thought they'd lost forever. They didn't do it with pills or surgery. They did it by rebuilding trust with their own bodies. One breath, one touch, one moment at a time. Because this isn't really about erections. It's about connection. When your body responds the way it used to, something deep inside you wakes up again. You start walking taller. You laugh more. You stop feeling like time has taken something from you, and start realizing you can give it back. Every time you slow down, breathe, and stay present with your sensations, you're not just improving circulation or nerve function. You're healing the relationship between your mind and your body. You're rebuilding confidence from the inside out. So, don't rush this process. Be patient with yourself. Consistency is far more powerful than perfection. Because when you approach your body with curiosity instead of frustration, with care instead of pressure, it begins to respond. Not out of fear, but out of trust. And that's when everything changes. That's when you stop trying to perform and start feeling alive again. Conclusion. Let's bring everything together, gentlemen. What we've talked about today isn't just about fixing something that's broken. It's about retraining your body, restoring confidence, and reclaiming your vitality. One small habit at a time. Remember these 4 simple but powerful lessons. First, stop rushing. Your body isn't a machine, it's an orchestra. When you slow down, you give your blood time to flow, your muscles time to respond, and your nerves time to wake up. That's how you move from tension to connection, from performance to pleasure. Second, release the death grip. You don't need brute force, you need awareness. Ease up, vary your touch, use lubrication, and retrain your nerves to respond to real sensations again. Your sensitivity will return. Your pleasure will deepen. Third, step away from the screen. Your brain is your most powerful sexual organ, and right now, it's overstimulated. Take a break from the endless pixels and go back to imagination, memory, and connection. That's where true arousal lives. Not in what you see, but in what you feel. And fourth, balance your edging. Control doesn't come from exhaustion. It comes from rhythm. Pull back before the brink, let your body breathe, and finish naturally. When you respect your limits, your stamina grows, your pleasure expands, and your confidence returns. These small adjustments may seem simple, but they have a compounding effect. Your circulation improves, your sensitivity increases, and more importantly, you start trusting your body again. Because this journey isn't about chasing youth, it's about restoring balance. When your body works with you, not against you, everything improves, not just your erections, but your energy, your focus, your entire outlook on life. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one change from today's video, just one, and start tonight. Slow down, breathe, ease your grip, or turn off the screen. You don't have to do it all, just start. Because every time you make that small shift, you're sending a message to your body. I'm still here, I still care, and I'm not giving up. And when you do that consistently, day after day, you'll notice something incredible. Stronger erections, deeper pleasure, and a quiet, powerful confidence that stays with you long after the lights go out. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe for more real, science-based advice for men over 60, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Because you're not too old. You're not past your prime. You're simply ready to take control again. I'm Dr. John E. Morley, and this right here, is your reminder that your best days aren't behind you. They're waiting for you to show up.